Hello everyone, today we are going to work on this damage flash in a red flash when the character get damaged. So I'm going to call it damage flash. So here you see when the character get hit, we get a red flash on the character mesh, and that's what we are going to work on today. And since we have implemented a dodging event here, if I dodge, you don't see the damage flash because of course, since we are dodging, we don't get affected by the enemy hit. So yeah, this is what we are going to work on today. And also we are going to modify a little bit this health bar of these enemies. You can see it's much smaller now, so I thought of reducing the size of it because it was taking too much space from in the screen. So that is also something we are going to work on. Right, so before we get started, here is the full playlist of this project. Everything is implemented from scratch and explained. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself. And also here is if you choose to become a member in my Patreon page, you will be able to access the full project of this reactive turn based combat system project. And also not just that, there are the thousands of projects I have worked on. For each project files are accessible, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. Alright, now let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to create an overlay material. So here I'll do it under, maybe let's do it under effects, because we might have a particle effect that accompanies this flash later on. So I'll call it flash character flash. Let's create a material M overlay flash. So this has to be either translucent or masked. So I'll make this masked, and let's create a parameter here. I'll call this color, and let's just give some color, maybe like a red, something like this. So the same should go to the emission as well. And here I'll add a Fresnel node, and then we can multiply this color that goes into both. Yeah, this way. So now you see in the middle it's dark, but in the edges it's bright. Now like this, and let's add a multiply here. Goes into both. So I'll promote this to a variable. Let's call it flash power. And testing, let's try something like 10. Okay, and maybe this, let's try reducing this so we can have this contrast between middle parts and the edges. Different, yeah. Okay, right. This material should be good enough. Let me apply this and see how it looks on a mesh. Let's try this character. I'm only going to apply this dynamically with the runtime. Area, yeah, this is how it's going to look. It should give us a clear. Is it not applied everywhere? This should be either translucent or additive. Let's make it additive. Yeah, now it's clear. Okay, so this we need to get this red flash when the character get damage. And also we might have a different color, maybe like yellow, when we do a successful dodging or something, or parrying. But right now I just need the red. So I'll apply this and let's go. I'll remove this. I don't need this anymore. Let's go to our gameplay abilities and react, because this is where the character reacts to damage. So here I'll get skeletal mesh component from actor info and then get set overlay material. I'll create an instance from this. I'll call it mi damage flash. I'll override this here so that even if I make any changes to the parent, hopefully these values should stick apart from the material code. So now I'll use this mi damage flash. So yeah, later on I can duplicate this instance and have a different color for parry or dodge flashes. Now yeah, back here I'll assign the mi damage flash and let's have a tiny bit of delay, maybe 0.2 seconds enough, and then set overlay delay. I'll set it back to none because I don't want to keep this flash effect going for a long time. It's just meant to be a quick flash. Set to none. Okay. Now let's see how it looks. Attack, select target. See, we got the flash. Right. So if you want to reduce the time, here you can make it 0.1. And also, if you dodge, you wouldn't see this effect automatically. That's because we implemented this effect in the React gameplay ability. So yeah, let me next time let me react. Let me do dodge so we can make sure that the flashing does not happen. Yeah, see, that didn't happen. So when we do the dodging, I wish to have a different color, but I'll do that in the next episode. So yeah, this is working. One more thing, maybe I need to see this a tiny bit more. And I want to I did fix a bug that I didn't show, which is here in the BP party switch player character. I updated my logic where the next character is possessed. So here I check if all the characters are dead. If not, I get the active member playing Dex and increment it and get the next one. And if the next one is dead, I get the next one. So I cycle through my characters. I had a different logic here, but I had some problems with that, so that's why I had to update it. So this state is what it is doing. It is basically check if the character has this dead state tag. So that is something not relevant to this flash in effect, but I should show that in case you are following. I don't want you to have this bug lingering in your project. And also I would like to make this health bar a little bit smaller that appears on characters. So here, maybe like 30. Yeah, let's make it 30. This 10 should be fine, and these two 15 and 20. Okay, now here we have some space. Right, 25. I set this to 25, and let me quickly change the applied scale. I am using it here. Let me quickly check. Yeah, it's better. Okay, I decreased the length as well a little bit. Here is the final look. You have the flash, and players also get the flash. And along with the flashing, maybe we should add a blood splash or something like that, but I'm not going to do that today. Maybe we will work on that later on. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.